Hello and welcome back to the Homeschool Library, coming to you from right here in the little green schoolhouse. I don't do book haul videos on this channel very often because that's not really kind of what we're about. But every once in a while, you bring home a big box of books from a thrift store or a yard sale or something, and you gotta show them off. And that's exactly what happened to us this weekend. We went to, actually, it was kind of both. There was a thrift store that was having a yard sale. So we popped in there and they had probably 4 or 5 8-foot tables that were almost completely full of boxes of books. So we rifled through them and probably we left a lot that we might have taken otherwise, but we were pretty choosy this time for the most part. We really were. But I thought it'd be fun to show them off, see what we got here so I can get them all sorted out and put them away. To start off with, we got several books that are just for the kids' library. Not necessarily homeschooling, but you know what? Every book read is a little bit more brain matter, more culture built. So as far as I'm concerned, all of this counts. First up here is, this was kind of neat, Bunnicula. You remember those? Bunnicula was huge when I was in late grade school, like 4th, 5th grade. I don't know, honestly, I don't know how many of them there were. I don't know if this is the first one. I can't remember if it was a series. I think it was just the one book. This is not the cover that I remember. I know that, but that might be a fun read. Check that out again, see if it's if it's as good as I remember it being. Then we got this one, the classic Harriet the Spy. I think that's actually a bigger book than I remembered it being. This is by Louise Fitzhugh. I think they made a movie out of this a few years ago. Might have been more than a few years ago now. I don't really remember. I never saw it. Can't remember how old this book is. 1964. Wow, it's older than I thought. Oh no, older than that. Never mind. Yeah, 1964, this book came out. Honestly, I thought it was late 70s. But yeah, so Harriet the Spy, great classic. I kind of look forward to reading that again. Next up, we got some Boxcar Children books here. We've got some Boxcar Children, maybe 3 or 4. I don't think we have any of these yet. I haven't matched them up, but I'm pretty confident that these are all new. First up here, this is a hardcover, actually one of those school bindings. This is number 11 in the Boxcar Children series. Those were really good. I remember, I didn't read a lot of them. I read a few, but I remember there were some kids in grade school that were, every week they were checking another one out. Boxcar Children number 21. Boxcar Children number 43. And Boxcar Children Special number 3. I don't know what that means. If there was a series of like holiday specials, this one seems like a Christmas book, The Mystery at Snowflake Inn. So maybe there were, like I say, holiday specials. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. If you are more up on your Boxcar Children history than I am, let me know in the comments. And you know what? Just tell me whatever fond memories you have of the Boxcar Children. That'd be fun. So yeah, there's those. Then we've got some Magic Treehouse books, which we like a lot. We bought a box set a year or so ago. I can't remember if it was the first 30, the first 40 Magic Treehouse books. We couldn't remember, so we were kind of just grabbing anything that we could find 40 and above. This here is number 44. Very Dickensian Christmas mystery. These are fun. I like the Magic Treehouse books. These will definitely go in the homeschool library. because you do learn quite a bit from them. That's what I like about those. Then here we've got number 47. This is a hardcover. I've never seen hardcovers in this series. This is Abe Lincoln at Last, which will be fun because then we got another book that should pair well with that, a DK biography on Abraham Lincoln. And if you followed this channel for any length of time, you know how obsessed we are with these DK books. Big fan. We'll snag just about everyone we see based on that logo alone. So yeah, these should be a great double feature for Abraham Lincoln. And then, keeping with the Magic Treehouse books, we've got a research guide in the series, Twisters and Other Terrible Storms. This says it pairs with, this is a nonfiction companion to Twister on Tuesday. I don't know what number in the series that is. It doesn't list it, but that'll go well together. And we've got another DK book somewhere in the homeschool library that's all about weather and tornadoes and natural disasters. This should go very well with that. That's one book that my son likes a lot. And then the last one here, this is Magic Treehouse Fact Tracker, The Pilgrims. And it says this one pairs with Magic Treehouse number 27, which we do have, Thanksgiving on Thursday. So that'll be a fun Thanksgiving read. We'll break that one out with the kids. And these next three here, these are mine. I got these for me, my own personal library stash, and you'll see why in a moment. This is Level 2 Readers, Littlest Pet Shop. Here we've got Totally Talented Pets and The Night Before Christmas. These are from the Littlest Pet Shop, and they are Level 2 readers. I think that that is well within my wheelhouse to be able to finish reading these, and I know that I'm going to love those. Yeah, of course, those are for my youngest daughter. She's 5. She's not quite to Level 2 yet, but she's getting there. And this next one here is also hers. This is Puppy Love, which is part of the Puppy in My Pocket, which I think is a toy brand from a few years ago. This is a Level 3 reader, though we do have several books that are above their level, which that's what you ought to do, right? Always try reading a little bit, keep challenging our kids. So those we've got. And you know what? To be perfectly honest, I'm probably going to wind up reading those anyway with her, so I hope I get something out of them. Then we've got Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Cabin Fever here. We've got several of these Wimpy Kid books. My son really liked them. It's been a while since we read any of these. They are fun. I enjoy them, and this is one that we didn't have, so had to snag that. That is, for the most part, it for the kids' library. I'll show you these two. Here's that Abraham Lincoln DK biography again. Love these. Then we've got another one in the Who Was series. This is Who Was Albert Einstein. We're big fans of these as well. This one I didn't notice until I got it home. It's kind of been chewed on a little bit. That looks like a little kid got chewy. Maybe some teething exercise there. But it's just that back cover, really, than the inside page. So it's a little rough, but very readable. Pretty happy to have Who Was Albert Einstein. And the last one here I'm very excited about. This is We'll Never Forget You, Roberto Clemente from Scholastic. I don't know who wrote this, by Trudy Engel. My son has already played 1 year of baseball. My daughter, my 5-year-old, we just signed her up for this will be her first year in softball. We were just out in the yard hitting balls around earlier this afternoon, so they're both very excited about baseball. As a family, we like baseball, so Roberto Clemente, a great player. That'll be fun to read as well. Moving on here into the realm of historical fiction. We got a lot of historical fiction. And I'm sorry, before we go that route, I forgot about these. We got some books on tape. And I'm old, so when I say books on tape, I mean books on CD. When my wife handed me these, she even said books on tape. And in my head, I was thinking cassettes because that's what I grew up with. But no, they are CDs. The first one here is Geronimo Stilton, books 1 to 3, which is something about a mice people, I guess. I've never heard of this. I don't know anything about them. He's a mouse who runs a newspaper in New Mouse City, the capital of Mouse Island. And his books are all bestsellers, apparently. My stories are funny, he says. Famously funny. That sounds horrible. I don't know. I don't know anything about this, but they could be fun to listen to in the car or whatever. So if you know anything about Geronimo Stilton, let me know. Leave a comment. I'd love to know your opinion on Geronimo Stilton, the famously funny mouse of Mouse City. Then we've got some more Magic Treehouse here. This is books 40 and 41 on CD. Book 39, Dark Day in the Deep Sea. So we've got 39, 40, and 41. They're all on CD. I'm kind of looking forward to listening to these, actually. Then we've got some Judy Blume here. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. A Judy Blume classic. And we like Judy Blume here in the family. And the last one here is another one that I know absolutely nothing about. This is the Calendar Mysteries, books 1 to 6 by Ron Roy. Let me know if you know anything about Calendar Mysteries. Never heard of them. We'll see if they're any good. Okay, now, finally, on to the historical fiction here. First up, this is one, I've seen this a lot on BookTube lately. Several reviews of this. They've all been stellar. So I thought I might as well pick it up. I'm expecting to like it. This is Wolf Hall. About Cromwell, right? Yeah, Thomas Cromwell. This is book 1 of 3 in the trilogy. I'm expecting to like this. I'm hoping to like this. It should be at least readable based on reviews so far. So let you know when I get that one done. Then we've got some Philippa Gregory here. We've got The Boleyn Inheritance and The Last Tutor. I've never read anything by Philippa Gregory. I've seen the movie, The Other Boleyn Girl. I've read some reviews about Philippa Gregory. She seems to weigh more heavily on the fiction part of historical fiction than on the historical part, but that's fine. I don't, if I want to read history, I'll read history. If I like historical fiction for what it is. So we'll see. I know it's fairly, definitely more feminine geared, but I don't have a problem with that. Philippa Gregory is, I think, pretty significant as a writer in her focus on especially the Tudor era of merry old England, and certainly significant in that she was, I think, one of the most important people in the finding of Richard III when they found his body a number of years ago underneath that parking lot. So if nothing else, kudos to her for that. Jury's out on whether or not I like reading her. I would imagine we'll find out pretty quickly. Away from the historical fiction here, this is actually nonfiction history. This is West of Wichita. This is a great book if you're interested in the history of the Great Plains, especially the Western Great Plains. Once you get about west of the 98th meridian, which you can kind of draw a line almost straight down the middle of Kansas, and by extension, Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska, the Dakotas, all the way up. Everything west of that line is a very different world than everything east of that line. And Wichita kind of sits right on that dividing line, Wichita, Kansas. So this is kind of the history of the Great Plains west of Wichita between the end of the Civil War and the official government recognized end of the frontier in 1890. Great book. I own a copy of this already. This one is actually going to go to my office library, my research library where I work. So that'll be a good addition there. I'm surprised I don't already have this there, but now I do. Back to the historical fiction here. We've got Anita Diamant. Diamant? Damn it. I don't know how to say her name. I've never heard her name pronounced. But yeah, this is a book about Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, as in the biblical patriarch Jacob, father of the 12 sons of Israel, the 12 tribes. He also had a daughter, Dinah, who went through some trials of her own. This is a book about her. I've read a lot about this book. I don't think I've ever read a review of this book, but I've heard a lot about it. I'd like to like it. We'll see. I'll let you know later. So there's the red tent. These here I kind of picked these up on a whim. My daughter, my 5-year-old, she's our artist in the family. She always likes to draw, color. She's quite good. And these here are some art books. We've got George B. Bridgman drawing the draped figure. Shows you how to draw the Greco-Roman style there. I think the original title of this was the seven laws of folds. So yeah, how to draw folded clothing. So yeah, I would have loved this as a kid. I really liked to draw when I was young. So this might inspire her in some way. We'll see. I don't know. And then also we've got the Book of 100 Hands. This is how to draw hands, which is really neat in just about every conceivable form. Hands and feet, I think, are apparently some of the hardest things of the human figure to draw. There was a comic book artist in the 90s who was notorious for that. Drawing a blank on his name. If you're a comic book fan from the 90s, you know who I'm talking about, and you're probably laughing already. The Deadpool guy. Cable did, yeah, anyway. Next here, we've got some paperbacks. This is Ride the Wind by Lucia St. Clair Robson. This is the story of Cynthia Ann Parker, who was a white captive who was captured by the Comanches in the 1830s. She married one of the Comanche leaders, Peyton Nakona. Her son was then Quanah Parker, who was a very formidable Comanche leader. And given where I live, Quanah Parker is a major part of our history. So I'm looking forward to reading that book. And then we've got Autumn Thunder, The Last Warriors by Michael Kosser. I'm assuming The Last Warriors is a series. I don't know. I've never heard of it. But I picked this one up because it focuses on the Kiowa, who was another one of the major Plains tribes in this area. Had the Comanche, the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, predominantly in the Kiowa. So hopefully that's good. This one here is one, I don't know anything about this, but my wife handed it to me. She seemed very excited by it. This is The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. It is a Caldecott Award winner. Pretty hefty book. Apparently, it's also now a major motion picture. I've never heard of the book. I've never seen the major motion picture. Must have flown under my radar. This book came out in 2008, so it's not that old. But yeah, she seemed fairly excited by this, so it must be part of her background. I don't know if she's read it, seen the movie. Have you ever read it? Have you seen the movie? Is there a movie? I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but I'm curious. I don't think maybe it was as major a motion picture as they claim, but maybe I've just been living under a rock. I don't know. Then we've got a couple of Colleen McCulloch here. We've got The Grass Crown, which is about something in the Roman Empire. I'm not sure exactly. And then we've got Antony and Cleopatra. I'm assuming that's about Antony and Cleopatra, just to make an educated guess. Another one that I've never read. I think Colleen McCulloch does lean, unlike Philippa Gregory, I think Colleen leans more into the historical part of historical fiction. I don't know. I want to like her. I want to like everything, honestly. And I'm going to expect to like everything until it proves me wrong. Hopefully, Colleen McCulloch does not prove me wrong. Just a few more here. We've got a couple of Jean Auel, another name that I have no idea how to pronounce. And I should, because she's been around forever, written a lot of the Clan of the Cave Bear series. And this is from the Earth's Children series here. We got two of these. The Land of the Painted Caves and The Shelters of Stone. These are pretty thick books, but looking inside, the print is really big. So I don't think it's really going to take that long to read, honestly. And the pages are thick, so it looks more significant, I think, than it is. Another author that I've never read, don't know. I want to like this stuff. So yeah, we'll see. Again, like you've heard me say before, I'll let you know. No, this is stuff, it's a lot of new stuff for me, which I'm kind of excited about. I hope I like it. If I don't, hey, we can donate it to somebody else. Lion in Ireland by Morgan Llewellyn. This is about Brian Boru. There's a theme here. Never read anything by this guy either. Never heard of this book specifically, but it looks like something that ought to be right up my alley. So let's hope that I like that one, if and whenever actually get time to read it. And the last one here, almost the last one. We've got a couple of surprises at the end here. This is Ken Follett's A Column of Fire. This is part of his Kingsbridge series. This takes place after at least the most famous one, Pillars of the Earth, which I think, was that the first one in the series that he wrote? I don't think he wrote them in chronological order, but yeah, this is one of them. And I don't think you have to read them in chronological order either, as I understand. If I'm mistaken in that, please drop your opinion down in the comments, but I have never read anything by Ken Follett. I feel like that is a major hole in my personal reading. I really liked the miniseries Pillars of the Earth when that came out. Really enjoyed that. I liked the story, heard wonderful things about Ken Follett, and I want to be in on that club. So there we go. We got a Ken Follett book. These last two, I kind of can't believe that I own, or that I found them in this thrift store table like I did. The first one here, I almost missed just flipping through it. Egyptian decorative art. I thought, oh, that's randomly cool. So I started flipping through it. It's just not very scholarly, just kind of as you would expect. It's about ancient Egyptian decorative art. I like ancient Egypt. It's interesting. Like it as much as anybody, I guess, maybe more than some. And as I was debating on whether or not I had to just take this home, because why not, I saw who wrote it. You see that? Flinders Petrie. Yeah, Flinders Petrie. One of the greatest Egyptologists ever. There would probably be no Egyptology without Flinders Petrie. So yeah, bought it on his name alone. You see Flinders Petrie name on a book, you buy it. So I bought it for probably like 12 cents. I don't know, maybe not even that. And this next one here, I don't know what I'm ever gonna really do with this, but I couldn't not walk away with it for whatever penny price that I was wound up paying for it. We just got a giant box of books and kids' toys and whatever for $10. So however much all these books cost, like pennies on the dollar. Egyptian hieroglyphic grammar. Dude. A handbook for beginners on Egyptian hieroglyphic grammar. All right, this is the kind of stuff you pay college professors to learn about. And I got it for like 8 cents on a thrift store table. I'm going to learn I can't even say the word. Hieroglyphics. I'm going to learn hieroglyphics, y'all. That's what I'm going to do. This is fascinating. Ancient languages, I find them fascinating. I can't speak any of them. I can't read any of them. Probably never will. But their place in history and just the development of culture and the world, I find fascinating. How could you not? So yeah, a book, a primer on Egyptian hieroglyphic grammar. Not just, this is a hieroglyphic, this is what this means. A grammar. This teaches you how to read hieroglyphics. I couldn't leave this there. I couldn't. I guarantee I'm the only kid on my block with an Egyptian hieroglyphic grammar book. Probably for good reason, but you know what? It's fun, and I'm a history geek, so had to do it. That's it for this book haul. Had to throw this out at you. Hope you found something interesting that you may have already read, maybe want to read. I think there's a lot of good stuff in here that, while they're blank spots in my experience, I know a lot of you probably have read many things by most of these authors. So please start the conversation. I'd love to know what you think. I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to head inside and check and see what's for dinner. See you next time. Brad out.